we go, y'all.
How is it going today? Loyal listeners, Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne Jazz. Today we have for you Loki, episode 6.
Final
finale.
episode.
What the title is it? For time, always.
What they say? All the time, some always. Something.
I thought it was for time.
For all time.
For all time.
Always.
For all time, always. There it is. We trying to figure it out.
Damn.
We don't care about the TVA anymore. We trying to figure out who the man behind the curtain is, and we finally found out. Now, if you guys haven't watched the episode, then why are you here? Okay, we're about to get into spoilers, but before we do that, make sure you follow us on all social medias and the link in the description below. Don't forget to
subscribe.
Let's dive on in. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoiler alert! Bing. Let's go.
All right, so we were right. Like Cain was
Cain,
getting
Conqueror.
introduced, and I was actually happy to see him. Like I was actually happy to see him. And
Jonathan Majors, because we saw him in the other show,
Lovecraft
Country,
which got canceled.
Don't talk about it.
No, but I'm saying that's why I was happy to see him.
That's happy to see him too.
Right, that's why I'm happy to see him.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor, and he showed it because he kind of carried this episode. Like,
it was a lot of people didn't like it because there was a lot of talking and a lot of people want more action.
No, but I get it though.
But yeah, it's like this is what Marvel does. It does world building.
But see, the thing is though, it's like we probably wouldn't be so, or people wouldn't probably be so critical of the episode had it been like we were saying on a podcast, like had it been like 10 episodes.
Okay.
And this is like episode 6.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't feel like a finale. It does not. It does not feel like a finale. It feels like an intro to something else that we're about to get into, because we were already, because like with the whole series, it was like we were getting introduced to who Sylvie was and stuff like that, and then we finally get to the man in the curtain, then bam, it's done.
Yeah.
Like that's why it feels like a build up. That's why I'm like, I get it that people are like, it doesn't feel like a finale, because like I can see that. Like,
yeah.
So
that's facts. And then Miss Minutes is scary. Super.
First
She's
of all,
scared
let's
me.
talk about that jump scare.
That jump scare got me.
I think all of us was scared as soon as she came up on the screen.
Hey y'all!
They're walking in all slow, and all of a sudden she was like, "Hey y'all!"
I'm
like,
like,
Lord. And that it makes me think, okay, because like the way that he who remains. Let me just say that, because I don't want to call him Cain, because I don't know if that version is like.
I think this is the good because the thing is,
like,
you don't know if he's lying or not, because Kang is such a he's a Omega level threat, okay?
Yeah.
He is an Avengers level threat, and you don't know if he's lying or if he's telling the truth, and that's what the whole thing with the Lokis
I wouldn't have
was
taken
going
that
through.
gamble like Sylvie did, but anyway,
Yeah.
back to Miss Minutes. After this episode, I'm like, okay, who the hell is controlling Miss Minutes?
I think
or
Miss
who is
Minutes
Miss Minutes?
Is
really?
an AI construction.
No, because the way that He Who Remains talked about her was like as if he was not controlling her, because we thought that he was controlling Miss Minutes.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, he was like, oh, she still calls me that, and I'm like, okay, so you're not doing that. So like, who's doing it?
I think she has her own free will, which is very interesting.
That's what I'm saying. How though?
Well, Kang.
That's what I'm saying.
Kang is from the 31st century. That's like how many years? That's 1,000 years from now, because we're in the 21st century. Imagine 1,000 years from now, like how crazy the technology would be from 1,000 years from now. So for him, it's like nothing. Like just like he said, remember they always say the thing that the adage is like, let's say we went back in past and we showed them our technology, it would almost seem like magic.
Yeah.
So that's how it would feel for us, because we're like, we'll be primitive in the future. Like this is incredible. And so that whole thing. So I think Miss Minutes may be from the 31st century and might be an AI construction, and she's just like regular. But to us, she seems like, what the heck? Because we're primitive. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I kind of felt a little weird. Well, I don't feel like I felt a little weird and not weird at the same time with that kiss between the Lokis.
Oh, see.
Because it's like, because a lot of people are like, it's self-cessed. And you know how incest, self-cessed?
Self-cessed.
You know?
They made a word.
They made a word for it.
I don't think that there's a word. Whatever.
But
whatever.
I mean, before you love anybody else, you are supposed to love yourself.
I get it. The thing is, like, I felt two ways about it. Like, the first thing is, like, I get it. Like, he might be in love with Sylvie and Sylvie might love him or whatever like that. And I get it because Loki is egotistical. So, yes, if he does love anybody, of course he'll fall in love with another version of himself. Cool. I get it. But I felt like the kiss itself was forced. Yeah. I feel like it was.
But the kiss was like, the kiss was a diversion, so she could just get him out the way.
I mean, I get that, but I feel like she shouldn't have. Like they should have like came like here with it,
and then
like after that, and she'll like push him or something like that, like so that we don't get that. Like y'all get the kiss second season to where like they build up more. Cause there's only been 6 episodes. Yeah. It's only been 5. Well, not even 5 full episodes. We didn't see her episode 1. So like really. 3 or 4 episodes that we know her, and then now all of a sudden y'all kiss. So that's why I'm just like,
yeah, it's still a lot of mysteries behind
like,
it too.
It's a lot of empty space that we are not filling.
And I think that the only reason why there's a lot of empty space, spoiler alert once again, is because they're having a season 2. Mm-hmm. Loki will return to season 2. You stay for the end credits. True. You're a real fan.
Now I do have a theory though. I do have a theory based on this episode because we saw this episode basically then because of what Sylvie did, and she stabbed he who remains in the chest. Yep. And he was like basically like, I'm gonna be back, so whatever.
You said because reincarnation.
Yeah, and she didn't listen, and then now she released a bigger evil.
All the timelines.
And changed everything, like, and all the timelines are going crazy. It's a whole multiverse thing now. Like we literally saw it branch off and everything.
So he was basically saying like he's the only thing that's keeping everything in check because different versions of Cain.
Yeah, and I think
together.
that he was
I really feel like he was telling the truth, but I also feel like, like, because remember Miss Minutes was trying to bargain with them, like, oh, we can have a timeline where Loki, you could conquer, and she could be fine in the same timeline, and I'm just like, why couldn't we do this earlier?
Or he could have just killed them.
Or he could have, and he did know to a certain extent what was going to happen, how certain things was going to play out, but he fibbed even in that. So it's like,
no, he did.
He did lie. He did lie.
It's not. I don't think that he lied. He said that he knows, but then he said, "I know everything up until this certain point right now." Because right then, that's when he like dropped things, see if the gravity was working, and it was working. And he was like, "All right, y'all. So I don't know what's gonna happen after this."
But that's where he lied at. Remember, he said I fibbed, and so he just lied just then.
Yeah.
He just lied just then, saying he knew everything, and then sorry, y'all. Let me fake out. I don't know what's gonna happen until this point. Like, bro, like you supposed to be bargaining with us? How am I supposed to trust you?
I mean, but here's my theory though. Like after the whole explosion of like all the multiverses and all the different timelines and things like that, I believe that is the moment. If you look back at WandaVision, I believe that was the moment where she heard her children at the end. Because if you remember, these events of Loki is happening right after he took the Tesseract. And then they got him. So like this is technically in the past. Like this has already happened.
Well, that's the tricky thing. Is like the timeline because you know that in the and I'm not. I want to say I don't know if the TVA is in the quantum realm or not because the place they went to was some pocket dimension they called the Void. So we don't know where the TVA is. I want to say that might possibly be in the quantum realm. But the time does work differently in the TVA. So what may be like 6 episodes or how much time to us might have caught up, like you said, to WandaVision.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So I think that like once it exploded and she was looking through the book and everything, that's when she heard like her kids from the other
multiverse.
Yeah, the other multiverse. Like her mom, and then that's when she left. Like, so I think that's how that's connecting. I think that's how she heard her children. We was like, how's she?
It's possible because as a witch, you can't hear in other universes. It's part of her power, so it would make sense.
But then I was just like, oh, so that
might
explosion might have been like what happened right there to make her be like, I'm gone. Like, as soon as she heard it.
because she herself is a Nexus event.
Exactly.
Woo!
So I think when I was thinking about it, I was just sitting there thinking for a while. I was like, I think that's connecting to that end credit here.
Yeah,
so,
I was just so happy to see Cain the Conqueror this episode, and then let's talk about the post credit scene, like the end of it. The end of the episode where Loki looked like he might have been in a different TVA timeline. Maybe there might be other TVAs now.
I don't know if he's in a different one or the one that they were in reset
and they came because we saw the there's no more the timekeepers. It was a statue of Cain.
Cain there.
And they were trying. They didn't know.
Mobius didn't know who
he was. Loki he was. He was like, "You're an analyst."
Who are you? Like, what are you supposed to be doing right now? Yeah. And so they just changed everything. So I was like, Sylvie, you caused this.
Kill it, Sylvie. We might have a multiverse war in our hand again.
Because she wanted that revenge.
Because she wanted that revenge, bro.
Like, I get it that you want that revenge, but you're gonna make something worse happen.
Worse happen. That's what Loki was trying to say.
Yeah, especially when you're dealing with time. Like, you should know. Like, you should know
no,
that
time
something
is fragile.
worse is going to happen right now.
And you don't know what happens.
That's time travel works.
It's just crazy, but overall, I give the episode a 10 out of 10 because it gave me everything I wanted. It gave me more. We got Cain, the Conqueror.
I give it an 8.
You give it an 8. Why do you give it an 8?
Because it doesn't feel like a finale.
It doesn't feel like a finale.
I feel like they tried to. They did explain a lot of stuff, but I feel like it was all like rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
fair enough.
I don't know. Like if we had like more episodes, then probably we would feel more fulfilled and get more meat as far as like different situations. But like this episode, I
wholeheartedly
I was happy
agree.
to see Cain, but at the same time, it was just like I feel like
too
this
soon.
should not be the finale. Like, it should be another episode after this.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. I think they should have 8 episodes. But these look. But I will. But this is like pros and cons. On the other end, these do feel like movie quality.
They do.
100%. 100% movie quality.
Facts.
And I feel like I'm watching like a longer movie. But with the more budget they put in, the less episodes they have to put out. I say meet us in the middle, not the whole 12 like Netflix used to do. Meet us at 8. So you got 2 fuller episodes, and then the rest of them just meet. But they all got to be an hour long.
Yeah,
we're not talking about 45. We're not talking about. See, it would have been fine if each episode was actually an hour long.
Yeah, I get that, but it's not even just the time. I'm just saying because there's a lot of stuff you can do with that amount of time. Like, especially with, like, because to me, 3 out of the 6 episodes were filler to me. So half of your episodes was just like, just filler. And I feel like they could have put more important stuff in those episodes rather than spend an entire episode of them like on Lamentus. And
that Lamentus episode,
sitting
man.
on a rock.
I think that was for me. That was the worst episode for me. Lamentus.
That was like the most boring episode.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, we could have filled that up with something more juicier, you know.
We could have, but I mean, I gave it a 10 because I got everything I wanted. I got an explanation. We found the man behind the curtain. We saw John. Cain the Conqueror. And then what really made me give it a 10 out of 10 is what it's building up to. If you ever think about all the Marvel movies, they all built into something. And also, the fact that we got such a major character in a TV show, that lets you know, like, okay, now these TV shows are pretty much must watch. Now you have to watch these shows.
But see,
an extent.
The thing is, like, with all and not to compare, I'm not trying to compare, but like you said, like, it was like building, you like what it was building up to. Like, WandaVision was building up to something as well, as far as like I think Doctor Strange and things like that, and probably her role in like the MCU. But you still got stuff, like you still got like some feeling and emotion and all this meatiness within WandaVision, and then with Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yeah.
Whatever, their show. That felt like it was completed in a way too. Like it was like, yeah, they got their stuff done, cool. And then it's like with Loki, it's just like
the reason why
it just all feels like a build up to something else. So it feels
they're having a season 2.
No, I get it, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying now? I'm saying the other ones weren't just building up to something. Like they concluded something. Like they concluded something while building up to something. Versus this show is just like, this is all build up to something that we have to wait a long time for. That's what I mean.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying, but I don't see because you know WandaVision. I think Loki, WandaVision, and Doctor Strange are all going to be interconnected. So we're not going to have to wait too long for season 2 probably Loki.
But I just think that Loki's not going to be in Doctor Strange now because they said Loki will return season 2. So that's making me think that, and they didn't say Loki is having a season 2. They said he is returning in season 2, which means that we're not going to see him again, maybe until season 2.
Maybe, but
so that's why I'm
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Loki literally just opened the floodgates for the multiverse, like literally, like so. There got to be something. He got to at least be a cameo or something, like, because
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that he will.
I don't know.
Didn't say that.
And then we got Quantumania too. Ant-Man and the Wasp gonna have to deal with Cain too. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be great. That's why I'm giving it such a 10 out of 10 moment, because I think it's gonna be great because it's leading into the future. This is what Marvel does. It builds upon itself.
Yeah, but
it's just a building block.
Sustenance, like within that.
You will. And the payoff might come season 2. You don't know. I know you want it now though.
I do. That's why I was kind of like.
Yeah, I get it.
I felt good. Like I felt good seeing Cain, but like that was the only reason why that saved that episode.
Yeah.
That would have been like, yo, this is.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So I mean, that's our review, guys. That's our thoughts. Anyway, guys, comment below. Let us know what you think.
Don't forget to like,
Subscribe.
shit.
Just some more.